Hello everyone, I promised you I'd be back to do some pages in my new Daphne's Diary journal. So here it is. This is the one that I made a few weeks ago, and I'll leave the link to how I made this in the description box below. I'm going to be starting off with Daphne's Diary issue number 3, because I know that a lot of my followers are based in Australia and New Zealand, Canada and the US as well, where I know that some of the more recent editions are not available for you to purchase yet, so I thought I'd go back to some of the older ones. I've had a quick flick through issue number 3 and I just absolutely love this image here. So this is the one that I'm going to start off with. So I shall start by taking this out of the magazine. I just find it easier to use a craft knife to separate my pages. That way I don't lose any of the edges. I hope I've done that enough. Here we go. I know that my craft knife could probably do with a new blade, but we'll make do. So I need to find a page in the journal where I think this might go. I did have a quick flick through it earlier, and I thought maybe here. So what I'm going to do is start by taking this page out because I want it to go on the right hand side, and I just need to have a look to see how much of this will fit on. Of course I want her head, and so I'm just going to make a couple of pencil marks. I've got my pencil here. Whoops. Let's make sure I get her shoulders and everything in. Maybe we do it just below that flower there. And so I'm just going to make a few pencil marks here going slightly wide, just so that I've got enough room to trim. And I'm just going to take this away. Let me just have a look at this. Does that look fairly central to me? I think it does. I'm just going to take this away and trim it on my paper trimmer. This image is so gorgeous, and by cutting it a little bit wide, it just gives me room to centralize it and make sure that her shoulders are even on either side. And as you can see, I've just made a couple of pencil marks here, so I'm just going to trim it down a little bit more, and then I think all I'm going to do is add maybe a quote rather than add glue to the back of this image. I find it easier to add it to the page. So I've just got a piece of parchment paper here, baking paper. I'm just going to add glue to the back, and then it's just easier then to stick it down. And to finish the page off, I've got a sticker here. Flowers always make people better, happier and more helpful. They are sunshine, food and medicine for the soul. Luther Burbank. I'm going to use some distress ink. Walnut stain will do fine. So let's just add a little bit of this around the edges. I'll probably add some glue to this as well. I don't know how sticky this sticker is going to be, and it's just one that I had in my stash, which I thought was appropriate. Let's see if I can get the backing off. You know what I'm like with these stickers. And here we go. I resorted to my pokey tool in the end. It's quite sticky, so I don't think I'm going to need any extra glue. I think about there. Let's just make sure I've got that straight. And I just think that's absolutely lovely. Now I already know that I've made a mistake. Can anybody guess what I've done? I've glued the image onto the wrong side. So I'm going to have to stick the page somewhere else. Now I've had a quick flick through, and I think it would look really nice next to this page here with this is just some homemade paper with the purple flowers on. So maybe that was a happy accident. So now it's going to go there instead. I've got no idea what I'm going to put on this side of the page yet. So let's see where we can go next. I want to do something with this page next, and I've got an idea. I've decided that I'd like to use, whoopsie-daisy, this image here. Kalinda, she is called. I love using these images. They're just so much fun. So again, I'm just going to take this page out with my craft knife, and then I just want the piece on the left hand side. Whoops, I haven't I've gone through the paper well enough. I'm trying to preserve this tea label as well. So let's have a look. It's one of these not spot the differences, but one of these puzzles where you've got to work out which tea or coffee Kalinda drinks. I don't want to use this on the right hand side, and I'm not going to spoil it either. I know the answer, but you can work that out for yourselves. Now on this little cutout here, and it may well be that I stick this down. I haven't decided yet. I think it works really well with this background that I've used. Am I in camera shot? And we've also got the coffee or cafeteria logo here, so I thought that would work really well. So I'm just going to cut this out, and we can use this on the side. I think what I'll do is probably trim around her elbow and trim along this this line here, I think. So Kalinda's going to go on the side of the page just here. I've cut the little notch or whatever you want to call it on the inside of her elbow. I'm going to take the page out though to make it easier for me to work on, and I'm going to be stamping using some of these stamps. I think I've decided that I'll use this one here, and I've measured it at 3 centimeters, so I want to make a mark at 9 centimeters. And I'm just going to draw myself a line just so that I know where to glue her onto my page. So I'm just going to draw just a very, very faint line so that I can rub it out. It's just there for reference for me. You can also see what I'm doing, because what I've decided is that I want to stick some of this sellotape on as well, this washi tape. Oh gosh, look, that is perfect. We've got a line here and a line here. I am going to apply some extra glue though, because this is an old one. I've got no idea where it came from. It could well be your creative studio. I honestly can't remember, but it just goes really well with what I've got in mind. So I'm just going to add some glue to this just to help it on its way and just make sure it doesn't lift. So we can just stick that on just inside that line, about there. That will do fine, and then I can trim the ends, and then I can glue Kalinda on as well. Oh, that's upside down now. Hang on a minute, I just need to it was in the page, wasn't it? So I know that I've got this right. Oh, in fact, actually I could do with moving that over a little. Or do I put something, maybe, I think I'll put another piece on the end here, and that will solve that problem. And then I've got my 9 centimeters. Let me just check. You see, I wing it and make it up as I go along. And so if we have an accident or a mess up along the way, it doesn't really matter. We can fix it as we go along. So there we go. So we'll stick, whoops, what's gone flying there? So we can stick another piece here, like that. Let's just make sure I've got it all the way to the edge. And then I'm just going to trim these bits off. Oh, good heavens, whatever is the matter with me today? I've glued the tape to the wrong side of the line, so I haven't got 9 centimeters here anymore. I've got about 7, but that's okay. I like the way that she's mounted either side of the washi tape, so it really doesn't matter. So what I've done is drawn myself 3 lines. This measures 20 centimeters, so I've got my half line at 10. And that is where my first little block is going to go. And I'm just going to eyeball the middle, and then we can have some half ones either side. Now, this is the ink I'm going to use, and these are the ones that I got from Journalsay. This is where the stamp set came from as well. I love this stamp set. These are the images, and these are the stamps that I used to try out. and bring back Kalinda and my page. And I don't know whether to use the brown or the yellow. I think I'm going to use the brown because we've got the brown in here. The yellow isn't quite right, although it goes really well with this side of the page. So I think I am going to use the brown because we've got the brown in her tights anyway. So let's go for that. It's called Cocoa Brown. I'll leave the links to these in the description box below. I'll also leave the link to Daphne's diary as well, and where you can get hold of Daphne's diary together with discount code. I've got a discount code for Journalsay as well. So let's eyeball this. It's really difficult to just go for it, Nina. So just hold that down just for the ink to grab. Isn't that a beautiful image? And then I'm just going to keep going all the way up. Let's see if I can line this up. Will I get it straight? If it's not perfect, it really doesn't matter. Oh, that's not too bad, is it? And I'm just going to keep going all the way up. And then as soon as I've got that middle line done, I'll be back and I'll show you what I'm going to do about this side, just so that I don't get it over my washi tape. Beautiful image. Love that. And then just concentrating on what I'm doing. Which, as you can see, isn't going too well today, is it? But hey ho, never mind. This is what happens when you don't do videos for a long time. And I'm just, in fact, I can use this. I'm just going to do a little bit just on the edge here. It won't be much, but there we go. And I'm just going to go all the way down. Got my first row down, and then I'm just going to very loosely put another row of this washi tape over the top of this one here. I'm not using any glue this time though. Let me just see if I can line it up, and then I'm going to do this side first, just so that I can peel it off. Now this, whoops daisy, I think I've just knocked my camera. Apologies for that. I'm just going to line it up. In fact, if I do it this way round, it'll be easier to line up. And it's going to go over the washi tape, as you can see, but I'll be able to peel that off. And so I'm just going to keep going all the way up and then back down again, and I'll do the same on this side here. That's that row done, and I'm just going to peel this off, and there we have it. So I can probably wipe that off and wrap that back on the roll. Doesn't that look cool? I'm really happy with that, and I feel as if it represents the wallpaper that might be inside the coffee shop here, the cafe. So I'm really happy with how that's turned out. I'm going to glue this down and then think about what I might want to add to the rest of the page, if anything at all. Printed out a quote: "A cup of tea solves everything. In every cup of tea lies the promise of a better day ahead." And then I'm going to stick this on here, which was on the same page. Tea is liquid wisdom. I think I'm going to ink around the edges. In fact, actually, I might just use frayed burlap, which is a bit lighter. And then I'll stick this down and pop it back in my journal. But I love that page. Let me just show you these stamps, because these are all the different designs. I love these. I know that I'm going to get so much use out of these. That spread's back in the journal now. I left it overnight because I wasn't sure what I wanted to do with it, and I'm still not sure, but I do know that I want to glue this side down here before this breaks off. Glue it at the bottom so that I've got this as a kind of tuck spot, and maybe I can pop a tag or something inside there. I've had a quick look through the magazines and there's nothing that's catching my attention at this time, but I'm just going to whiz off and do that, and then we'll see what else we can come up with. So that's glued down now along the side and the bottom, and so I'm sure that somewhere down the line I will find something that I can use as a tag just to pop in the top. Now, next up, I want to use an image from Daphne's Diary number 4, 2025. We've got this lovely image here. It's another one of the cutouts, so very similar to this here. But I've got another one of these pages in the back of the journal. Here we go. And I just thought it'd be quite nice to have another one in the second signature. So I'm just going to tear this out. Let's have a look and see how I can do this. I'm just going to go for it here. So let me just pop that off to one side, and I'm just going to pop this out, and we'll see what we can do with this. And then we've just got some bits in the middle that just need to pop out as well. So as soon as I've done that, I'll be straight back. As you can see, I've taken this out of the magazine and I've popped out all of the perforations. What I want to do next is score it in the middle. So let me just take that out of the way. Now, this is the mini scoreboard that I got from Journalsay. I'll leave the link to this in the description box below. And I'm thinking that I want to score it sort of in the middle somewhere like this. Now I know that this line here is straight, so if I go from the bottom and I just score all the way up, then that should do it. And I'm just going to fold this in half like this. So that's what we've got. Let me just move that out of the way, and then again, just like the other perforated card, it will tuck underneath here. Oh, let's see if I can get this in without creasing anything. But I just think these are really nice to use in our journals. And again, what I'll do is I will glue the side down. Now, one little thing I did notice when I was popping it out was that the little oh, I don't know, what is it, a goose or something, the duck's head was missing. It's on the top of the perforation, so I think I'm just going to cut around it and just glue that down because it just looks a little bit odd. I might even try and draw it in, and true to form, here comes Louis. Time for dinner. But yes, so I'm going to fiddle around with this, and then I need to find something that can either go in here as a tag or on this side to finish the spread off. I've been having a look through the magazines, and I'm going to use another image from Daphne's Diary number 3. There was this that was stuck to this page here, and I know it says spring is in the air, but for those of my followers overseas in New Zealand and the US, etc., parts of the US, I know that you have sunnier climes and will appreciate that more than perhaps we do over here. But doesn't it go well with the colours on this page here? So I'm just going to trim this down to size. In fact, what I will do is take this page out. Let's see if I can get it on the right side this time. And I'm just going to pop this on. I want to get the Wellington boot on because I just think that's absolutely adorable. Let's see if I can centralise this, and I'm just going to make some marks with my pencil. Now, where is it? So let's see. So if I just draw some lines here, then I can take this across to the paper trimmer. Need to move that over slightly, and then we can glue this down. Now, instead of glue, I'm using this double-sided red score tape. I'm just going to take this off all the way around, and then I've left myself a small border as well. So before I stick it down, I just want to make sure that I am sticking it on the right side. So hang on, let me just double check. Let's just make sure I've got that the right way up. And so that will go in there, won't it? So yes, it goes on this side here, and I've left myself a very small border. Gosh, nearly glued it on upside down then. So about there, I think. Yeah, there we go. That will do nicely. And then that can slot straight back in. See if we can get that in. And doesn't that look lovely? I just think the colours go so nicely together. The blues go really well with the background. I'm not going to glue this down like I did the other one. I might do eventually. I might just glue it here. But I'm just going to leave it open because, of course, I've got this lovely image on the back side of it as well. So I'm just going to leave that there for the time being. Oh, and before I forget, I did actually manage to glue the bird's head back on. Now, is it a pigeon? I'm not quite sure. And I just used a tiny bit of micropore tape, which is translucent. So you'd be none the wiser if you didn't know that, you know, it had been chopped off. You would really be none the wiser. So that is fixed as well. I'm really happy with how that's turned out. I just think the colour scheme is beautiful. Now, I have got an idea for this page here. On the opposite side of where I got the cutout from, there was this lovely cat image of my own camera shot. And I thought this would be just the right size to go on here. So I'm just going to go and fussy cut this out. And then I've got an idea for this side here as well. I decided to leave some of the text on the page. I just think it makes it look a little bit more interesting. So I'm just going to glue this down. I'm just going to use a regular glue stick. And then there was a quote at the top of that page saying, "I speak cat." And so I think I want to glue this down here. Now, to me, that gets a little bit lost. So I'm just going to see if I can find something that ties in with the yellow bow tie. Now, I found this page in issue number 5, and I think a piece of this background, it doesn't really matter where I take it from, perhaps here, will just be the perfect backdrop to go with the bow tie. So I'm just going to cut a small piece off so that I can mount it. So "I speak cat" is just going to go on here just like this. It's not exactly straight, but it's close or close enough. In fact, is that going to bother me? Hang on a minute. Let me just see if I can trim this ever so slightly. There we go. That's good enough, isn't it? There we go. Glue that down. Don't overthink it, Nina. Getting silly now. Right, okay, so let me just move that out of the way and let's pop that back in. So that's going to go there. And then I've got an idea for this side of the page as well. Now, where is it? We've got this poem here with a cute picture of a dog. Now, it's not a dachshund. Of course, you all know that that I've got a dachshund called Toby. He's fast asleep at the moment because it's oh gosh, what time is it? It's 8:45 at night. I've been doing this on and off all day today. Again, this is issue number 5, so I'm going to cut this out. Now, some of the poems in Daphne's diary are a little bit corny, shall we say, and so what I tend to do, I like to use them, but I'm a bit picky about the words that I use, so I'm just going to pick out a few. So I shall cut out the image of the dog and I'll try and find something to mount it on as well. You're my very best friend. Let's have a look at this. Who's always there for me. You stand loyally by my side, love me unconditionally. You're the one who misses me when I head out the door, but who is always happy when I come back once more. You comfort me when I'm sad. You're such a lovely boy, and you can also make me laugh, sharing in my joy. You give the best cuddles. You know me through and through. Every day I'm grateful to spend my life with you. Well, I think I would use "You're my best friend who's always there for me." You comfort me when I'm sad. You can make me laugh, sharing in my joy. You give the best cuddles. You give the best cuddles. Every day I'm grateful to spend my life with you, I think. I shall just choose a few of these, and as soon as I've decided which ones I want to use, I shall be back. Well, here is Mr. Louis himself. I've just caught him red-handed trying to play with all of the washi tapes on my desk. He's knocked them all over whilst I was on my cutter. So there you go. There is a bird's eye view of Mr. Mischief, because I know that some of you have been requesting to see Louis on camera again. He's such a big boy. He's absolutely huge. I've had to take the camera off the tripod because he just doesn't fit anymore. He's massive. Say hello. Meow. Meow. So here we go. I've cut out the lines that I wanted. You're my very best friend, the one who misses me when I head out the door, who is always happy when I come back. You give the best cuddles. Every day I'm grateful to spend my life with you. So, you know, when these poems, as I've said, can be really corny, but you don't have to use absolutely everything. But I think they make a really nice addition to your journal. So I just want to spend some time gluing this down. I've cut out the image, but I also thought that it would be nice mounted on one of these. Again, this is another little thing that I had from Journalsay, not in the most recent box that I received, but in an older one. So if I can find the link to this little packet, it came like this. They're little square doilies. Then I'll leave the link in the description box below, but I just think that looks really pretty and just adds, you know, a bit more detail to the page. I've glued that onto the doily, and to glue this down onto the page I'm just going to add a really fine bead of glue all the way along this fine edge here, and then some glue stick just in the middle. I'm going to do it off camera though, because it is a little bit fiddly. Well, as you can see, I ended up chopping this page in half and mounting it onto another piece of the text page. I really like how that looks. I don't know, it was just too small. It just didn't flow very well for me. So I've glued it onto this background, and I've also swapped it around so that the dog is on the left and the cat is on the right. I just think that looks so cute. So I think I will leave it there for today. But let's just have a quick flip through of the pages that we've done today. Of course, there was this one here which I just cut out and then added the quote to. Need to find something to go onto this page here, as I said. I love how this one turned out. A cup of tea solves everything. In every cup of tea lies the promise of a better day ahead. Tea is liquid wisdom. Then of course this spread here, I just love that. And then this one, spring is in the air. Now of course we're well into December here. What's the date today? It is the 9th of December. But as I've said earlier, a lot of my followers are New Zealand, Australia, and you know, I know that a lot of you in the US as well are still sort of, you know, in the warmer climes. And I just wanted to use some of the older editions of Daphne's Diary that I know many of you can get your hands on. But you know, I will be back with another Daphne's Diary video again soon. The next one I do will probably be using the issue number 8, the December edition, and I'll go back to my Christmas Daphne's Diary journal and then pick this up again perhaps in the new year. But I hope you enjoyed today's video and that it gave you some ideas and inspiration as to how to use the Daphne's Diaries. I'll leave links to where you can purchase the magazines from in the description box below, and I know that if anybody's interested in some of the older editions, they are still available on Daphne's Diaries website, so I'll leave the link to that in the description box below. I'll also leave the link to any of the products from Journalsay that I used in today's video. But that just leaves me to say thanks for watching. If you enjoyed the video, I'd very much appreciate a thumbs up. I can't tell you how much that helps my channel just with the YouTube algorithms. But thanks for watching. Take care, everyone, and I'll see you all again soon. Bye for now.